Etsy is dead, right? At least that is what we're all feeling like in 2025. I think I speak for many Etsy sellers when I say that this year has been especially brutal. There have been multiple algorithm changes, fee increases, and shop suspensions. And the future does feel really uncertain right now. And honestly, after this year, I am exhausted just thinking about it. But don't get me wrong, I still do love Etsy, as this platform helped me build my 7-figure digital product business. It did give me my audience and my first successful digital product shop that I still run today. But it also forced me to think about what is beyond Etsy. What if you need a backup plan? And that's why I decided to put together 10 platforms where you can sell digital products. Some I've already tested and I'm making money on them right now. Others are all the rage in the marketplace and everyone's talking about them. So today we're tackling all 10 platforms one by one. We'll discuss the pros and the cons and the real strategy that you'll need. And by the end of this video, you'll have a clear decision on where to sell and how to diversify. And make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell button so that you don't miss videos like these in the future. So the first few that we'll go over are additional marketplace alternatives to Etsy. So number one is Creative Fabrica. So if you are selling things like fonts, SVG files, or clip art, you've probably already heard of this one. It is basically like Etsy, but hyper-focused on the design and crafting community. The pro is that you have a big advantage here as you're tapping into a built-in audience that's already actively searching for creative resources. They're not just browsing, they are there to buy their fonts and their cut files and Tumblr wraps. But the con is that you need to get approved first, which isn't guaranteed. They'll also take about 30% in fees, which is pretty steep. The competition is a lot, especially in popular categories like wedding fonts or holiday SVGs. My honest take is that I've listed some products here, and if you are in the design and crafting niche, it's worth applying, but don't expect it to be easier than Etsy. It's just a different kind of challenge. Marketplace number two is Creative Market. So this is where all of the high-end designers go to play. This is more of a premium marketplace, so think sophisticated templates, professional grade fonts, editorial graphics, and stuff that looks like it could be in a design magazine. The audience here has money and they appreciate good quality, which is the pro. If you're getting featured in their weekly newsletter, that can literally explode your sales overnight. The con is that you're going to need a very solid, polished portfolio just to get approved. Again, the fees are going to be around 30%, and you are competing with designers who've built their reputation there for years. So my advice if you want to sell here is basically what I call a level up platform. So you really can't start here, but once you get some wins under your belt on Etsy or somewhere like Creative Fabrica, and you can create a killer portfolio, then you can apply to Creative Market. So now let's move on to platform number three. But before that, are you ready to finally fix your Etsy shop without actually working more? If so, join me for the free 3-day Etsy Upgrade Challenge. The link is in the description and the first pinned comment below. In just 90 minutes a day, I'll show you exactly how to clean up dead listings in your shop, how to use AI to make simple digital products that people actually want to buy, and then follow the same 3-hour per week system that helped regular sellers grow to 3 to 5K per month without quitting their day jobs. Again, that link is down in the description to save your free spot. So marketplace number 3 is design bundles. So design bundles is actually growing really fast in the craft and maker space. And the name should tell you everything about this platform, and that it's built for bundle sales. So the pro is that it's great for packaging products together and offering discounts. The craft maker audience is active and engaged on design bundles. Now, the con is that the audience is still much smaller than Etsy and that the fees are still in the 25 to 30% range. I like to use this as a secondary platform for cross-promoting your products. So if you've got complementary products, then bundle them here and test different pricing strategies. So marketplace number 4 is called So Fontsy. And it's super niche as we're talking fonts and SVG cut files, and that is basically it. The pro is that it's way less crowded than any of the bigger marketplace, and the audience actually knows exactly what they're searching for, being fonts and SVGs. The con is that you're really limited on what you can sell here, and the customer base is smaller. So the bottom line is, if fonts and SVGs are your bread and butter and this is what you like to make, then add this to your list, but don't expect it to replace a major marketplace like Etsy. It's more of a nice to have than more of a must have. Okay, so moving on to a different type of marketplace. Fiverr is a totally different animal, and it's not really about passive digital products. This is what is considered a service marketplace. So you are selling custom work like logo design, illustration, custom graphics, and its pro is that it is a massive global marketplace with millions of buyers who are looking for creative services. The con here is the big difference, and that is that you are trading time for money. So every order on this platform is custom, and it's not the passive income that a lot of people like to talk about. Now, I've used Fiverr to supplement my income in the past, especially when I wanted to test out doing custom work. But if your goal is to create products once and then just sell them repeatedly while you sleep, then Fiverr isn't going to be the answer, as it's a completely different business model. So now we're moving away from marketplaces and into creator platforms, which are places or sites and shops that you own. And the first one is Shopify. Now, this is what a lot of sellers dream about, and that is total control. The upside is that you do control everything: your pricing, your branding, your customer emails, the entire shopping experience. Plus, platform fees are way lower, and you're just paying for hosting and really small transaction fees. However, the reality nobody talks about, and this is the hard truth, and that is that you are responsible for every single visitor that you bring to your site. So there's no built-in customers like on Etsy or another marketplace. No one is searching and stumbling upon your products on a Shopify store. You start at absolute zero. The strategy that actually works, and this is what I have done and what I do recommend, is validate my products on Etsy first, build up sales, and collect emails. This proved what people wanted and what I was selling, and then I launched my own site. So don't skip that validation step, and don't build a website before you know your products will actually sell. If you're going to build your own store, Shopify has incredible resources. The apps and the integrations with email marketing, the ability to scale once you have an audience, it is absolutely worth the investment. I will say that my profit margins on my own site, which is PLR Way on Shopify, are way higher than on Etsy, but I also had to work hard to drive the traffic to that shop. So your own site, number 2, is Gumroad. So Gumroad is beautifully simple, and sometimes simple is exactly what you need when you're starting out. So this platform is built for digital creators who just want to sell stuff without jumping through all of the hoops of making a website. You can sell things like ebooks, templates, courses, digital downloads, and memberships. Pretty much any type of digital product. The setup literally takes only 10 minutes. Now, their fee structure is about 8.5% plus 30 cents per transaction. And if you upgrade to their paid plan, then the fees drop even lower. Honestly, they're pretty reasonable compared to some of the other marketplaces we talked about. I love Gumroad because of its speed. The marketing tools are built right in, and you can create things like discount codes, run promotions, and even set up email sequences. But again, the customization is going to be limited. It's not going to look as fully polished as a Shopify site. Its best use is perfect if you are testing new product ideas or maybe selling to an existing audience that you've built up on social media or email. Next is Stan.store. So if you are building an audience on something like Instagram Instagram or TikTok, then Stand.Store deserves your attention. So this is specifically designed for social media creators who want a simple link in bio shop. It's super easy. It has a clean design and setup. It's mobile optimized, and that's where your traffic is coming from anyway, and it converts really well. The limitation that you need to understand with Stand.Store is that there is zero marketplace discovery. So again, this is 100% dependent on you bringing your followers. If you don't have an audience yet, then this won't necessarily help you build one. So basically, the people who should use this are content creators with engaged followers on social platforms who want the simplest way possible to monetize without building a full website. Next is Everbee Store, and full transparency here, Everbee Store is where I host my digital membership for Tumblr designs and PNG designs. So it is built for creators who want to combine digital products or print-on-demand products. So I personally chose it because it's really easy to set up and integrates directly with Etsy. The catch is that you are still responsible for driving your own traffic. But if you have an Etsy shop, it is super quick to go ahead and migrate your products directly over to your Everbee store. Now, this next platform is a hybrid option. So I'm talking about Skool. So Skool is genuinely different than everything else that we've just talked about, as it combines community and the ability to sell digital products all in just one ecosystem. So it's really interesting because there's actually some built-in discoverability within the platform. So all other Skool communities can see your community, which means you can lead to be discovered and have new members join from the Skool marketplace. Now, it's a hybrid option because you're not just listing products, you're actually also building an engaged community around what you teach and what you sell. So obviously, this is where I'm investing a lot of my time and energy now, because all of my communities and courses are hosted on the Skool community. So if you are interested in building something like reoccurring revenue, which is what most communities focus on, as well as create an engaging atmosphere where everybody can connect based on one purpose, and host your courses or digital products like planners, checklists, or printables, then I would highly recommend checking out Skool for this type of digital product. If you're interested, my community is also linked down in the description if you want to check it out. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different places to sell digital products, but let me give you the strategic framework for thinking about all of this. So every platform falls into one of three categories, and understanding this will help you make smarter decisions based on where you want to sell. So category number one are marketplaces with built-in traffic. So you're talking about Creative Fabrica, Creative Market, Design Bundles, and Etsy, as these all have customers that are actively searching for different products. You do pay higher fees, but you get immediate access to buyers. The strategy here is to start and validate your products and make your first sales. Category number two are your own platforms like Shopify, Gumroad, Stand.Store, and Everbee. But you do have 100% of the marketing put on you. The strategy is to move here once you've proven that your products will sell and you have an audience to actually connect with. Category number three is the hybrid community option, which is Skool, which is really built for relationships and digital products and reoccurring revenue. I would layer this in once you want to build a loyal customer base and move beyond one-time transactions. So the truth that nobody tells you is that you don't need to be on every single platform all at the same time, as that's actually a very terrible strategy. I would just pick 2 to 3 platforms maximum that align with where you are in your business right now. So I would start where the customers already are, validate your products and ideas, and build your email list, and then strategically expand to a platform where you have more control. This is exactly what I did to get to 7 figures, and I didn't spread myself too thin, as I was very strategic about it. All right, so after everything that I just shared about these alternatives and these different options, you might be thinking, why would I still want to start on Etsy? And the reality is that Etsy has millions and millions of shoppers who are searching every single day. So we are talking about the people with actual buyer intent, credit cards, who are actively looking for products like yours. You can list a product today and have someone find it organically tomorrow. You do not need to run ads, and you do not need to build a social media following. And you don't need to pray to the algorithm gods to favor you as long as your SEO is correct. That immediate access to traffic is basically worth its weight in gold when you are just starting out. Most people don't understand that the hardest part of any business is figuring out what actually sells. Etsy lets you test this immediately. You can list a product for 20 cents and see if anyone cares about it within a few days, so that you don't go and invest in building a website, and before you spend money on a Shopify subscription, and before you create content for months on a social media platform and not know if your product is actually going to sell. That validation is priceless. It saved me from wasting months on products that nobody wanted. And there still is a trust factor. So buyers trust Etsy. They feel like it is a safe shopping experience. They know that they have buyer protection, easy returns, and established policies. When you are an unknown seller with a new website, you are still fighting an uphill battle on trust. Etsy hands you that credibility from day one, and that trust converts into sales. Now, about the fees, they do add up. Currently, it is around 6.5% in transaction fees plus the 20-cent listing fees. And I do get it. It feels like it is a lot, but here's how I think about it. These fees are paying for access to millions of potential customers. If you think of it not as a fee, but actually as a customer acquisition cost, then honestly, compared to running something like Facebook ads or paying for influencers, it's very, very reasonable. Once you understand that perspective, the fees actually become an investment and not a problem. So here's exactly what I did, and this is the blueprint that I recommend for any new Etsy seller. I started on Etsy and listed products, figured out what sold and what didn't. Step 2, I used those sales to build an email list. Every order that I got included an email opt-in invitation to join my free list for more bonuses. Step 3 was, once that I was making consistent sales and had a few thousand people on my email list, then I launched my own site. I was able then to drive my email list to my own store for new releases and special deals and discounts, and I had way more control. So Etsy was my customer acquisition engine, and it proved my products worked. It built my audience for me and then gave me the cash flow at the same time to expand. I highly recommend not to do what I see so many people doing and just abandon Etsy out of frustration. I wouldn't recommend starting to build a website when you don't know if your products will actually sell. And I also don't recommend spreading yourself across 10 different platforms before you've even mastered one. I would master Etsy first, build your foundation, and then strategically expand. Now, if you found this helpful and you want a complete roadmap, do be sure to grab my 7-figure digital product shop starter guide along with 100 different AI prompts. The link for that will also be down in the description below. And if you're ready to go deeper and you want daily support, different trending product ideas, the AI prompts to actually create them, traffic strategies, and access to me through live calls, then do be sure to check out my AI Design and Grow experience on Skool. The link for that is also in the description, and it's where I really share what's working right now in real time, not just what worked a year ago. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.